it's Naomy GP. You're watching the Undercurrent, and today we're diving into goal setting and bullet journaling. So as a swimmer, a big part of the sport is goal setting. We need to know exactly what times we're aiming for, when the next state championship is, when the next Olympics are, and it's kind of like a step-by-step tracking of your goals and your progress towards achieving your goals. And so I want to share a few tips and tricks so that you can achieve all of your New Year's resolutions and goals that you've set for 2022. Before getting into bullet journaling though, I want to share a few easy things that you can do around the house to keep you centered and focused on your goals. So if you look around my room, I have a few bulletin boards that have some inspiring quotes, inspiring messages, visuals of what it is that I'm trying to accomplish in my life. And so it's something that I wake up to every single day. Another trick that I use is putting up my goals somewhere I can see them as often as possible. So the bathroom is a great place since, you're always there to brush your teeth, wash your face, both in the morning and the evening. And so I find it to be a great place to remind myself of what it is I'm striving for on a daily basis. Now, when it comes to bullet journaling, I definitely did not immediately start with such a structured tracking program. I used to just, freestyle journaling, and I have a few of my journals that I've kept over the years. And it was a great way of just tracking what was going on in my head, the emotions I was feeling, and of course, the goals that I was trying to accomplish at the time. And in 2020, my cousin Cora from Montreal called me and asked if I knew anything about bullet journaling. And so she shared a video with me. It's by Pick Up Limes, and it's a minimal bullet journaling structure. And so I followed that, and that's what I've been using for the past 2.5 years. And so before we create our 2022 bullet journal together, I want to share with you what my past year of bullet journaling has looked like. Welcome to my 2021 bullet journal. I like to start with my goals for the year, and then I go right into the year at a glance, where I can basically see the first 6 months and the second 6 months of the year. Then I go right into my month at a glance, and so I write down my intentions for the month and what, important dates I have upcoming. And then I dive into a section on how it is that I'm doing emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, and financially. And then I have my sleep log and my gratitude tracker. And my favorite part of bullet journaling is my mood tracker and my habit tracker. And over the months, it's been amazing to watch my emotions and my moods stabilize, and also watch which habits I no longer have to keep track of because they're just now part of my routine. And so I get to change which habits I'm tracking as the year goes by. I leave one last section for my finances, and then I go right into my week at a glance, and I have a page for each week of the month. So as you can see, as I continued to recreate the structure, it evolved into my own personal style, and it got more clean and more organized as the months and as the whole year went by. So now that you've seen the recap, I hope you are ready to get started on your bullet journal journey of 2022. I've went ahead and purchased my bullet journal for the year. It's a lot bigger than the ones that I normally use. So to get started, you're going to need your bullet journal, some pens and pencils, a ruler, which is super important. I have this ruler that's come with my older bullet journals. So this one at any office supply store is a great starting bullet journal, and it comes with this ruler. So I've just kept it and will be using it for my new bullet journal. Let's get started. So what I like to do immediately is count the number of squares there are on your sheet of paper. So that way you can do some quick maths for every section. So I've went ahead and noted over here that it's 36 squares across by 49 going down. For my weekly section, I'm going to separate it into 12, and by my monthly, I'm going to separate it into boxes of 8. So I like to start by leaving space to write my 2020 goals. And then I will go right into my year at a glance. So I've already separated it in rows of 12 boxes, and basically I'm going to fill out every month. I'm going to highlight the important dates, and it's a great way for me to just visualize the year at a glance. Now, if this is your first time creating a bullet journal, I want you to take a deep breath and out. And take things slow. Have patience with yourself. There is no need for perfection, so do not be hard on yourself. It's okay to make mistakes, and I especially recommend starting with a pencil, because when you're making the math and you're thinking through the layout of each page, it's very easy to make mistakes. Next section is your month at a glance, and so you're going to center the page with the calendar of the month, which I'm separating out now based on the math that I did. Also, as you're building out each section, you do not have to follow, what it is that I'm doing. Feel free to be inspired, feel free to improvise. And again, this is a direct reflection of what's going on in your mind. And so the way I've organized everything is to help me stay organized and keep track during the month, during the week, during the year. This is a living, breathing document. This evolves as you see fit. And so enjoy the journey. It's a journey, and there's no right or wrong way to do this. Next, we have our mood tracker. I normally just draw a little pot. And you do not have to be artistic to make this work. And there are 31 days of the month, so I just draw 31 little leaves to be colored in as the month goes by. And then you just have to number them. And as you fill out your mood tracker throughout the month, I like to label the colors and whatever mood it is that I'm feeling. And of course, that varies month to month. Next section that we're going to get into is the habit tracker. For this year, I will be tracking 9 different habits. Each section will have all the days of the month, so that way I can track on which days I accomplish which habits. And over the year, I can see how I've improved in the habits that I've turned into routines. It's important to note that this section is meant to just observe yourself without judgment. And if you miss a day or two, that is completely okay. Next section is the sleep tracker. And so to build this page out, you're going to want to have the days of the month on the left-hand side, and on the top column you have the hours. I normally start from 6 p.m. all the way to midnight, and so for every day of the month you can track how many hours you've slept. And then for gratitudes, it's the exact same thing. You just need 31 sections, and each day you're going to write your 1-sentence gratitude. And as you can see, it's a very simple structure, but once you start filling it in, it's a nice way to just visualize how you're sleeping and what you're grateful for throughout the month. Next section is reserved for finances.
So for this section, I am starting a new structure based on what I liked in 2021. So I'm separating the page into 3 different sections to track my monthly expenses, my monthly income, and my net earnings. And then also itemize my bills and keeping track of whether I've paid for them or not. And then on the next page, that is when I do my emotional check-ins. And so my category changes based on what it is I'm focused on. And this is what it looks like when both pages are completed. And for the final section of the bullet journal structure, it's your week at a glance. I went ahead and separated the pages based on the 7 days of the week, with the 5 weekdays taking priority. Weekends are on the end. And I normally just fill in my tasks and I cross out whatever tasks I accomplish and circle the ones that have yet to be completed. And this is what it looks like once everything's been filled in.
All right, so we've set up our structure for the month, and all you have to do is copy and paste that structure throughout the rest of the year, and you're set to achieve and accomplish your goals by keeping track of your daily progress. So go ahead and purchase your bullet journal. Get nice and settled, light a candle, play your favorite music, and enjoy the journey. And let's manifest our goals together this year. And check back in. Let me know how your bullet journal journey is going.